Good day everyone, I am Ivy Grace Tumbaga and I will the first reporter about the recruiting process. When we say recruiting process, college coaches begin by contacting a large number of prospective athletes that they believe would add value to their program. Coaches use evaluations, highlight videos, and contact with recruits to help narrow this list until they have filled their available roster spots. When we say the recruiting process, ito yung mga college coaches na nag-start na makontak yung malaking number ng isang athletes. And also, they believe the value to their programs. Kasi yung isang coach, sila yung nag-evaluate, highlight videos, and nagko-contact sa mga recruitments para mas matulungan yung list ng isang athletes na kailangan mag-recruit sila ng isang athletes na merong sports na talent nila. Kasi ito yung trabaho ng isang coach na naghahanap sila or nag-evaluate sila ng isang mga athletes. What is recruiting? In college sports, recruiting can be defined as the process of a college representative identifying, evaluating, interviewing, and offering a student athlete the chance to play sports for their college. Typically, recruiting is done by college coaches who will be actively seeking players to fit their program's specific needs. Coaches are able to actively recruit prospective students, athletes in various ways, including face-to-face contact, mailed and emailed material, phone calls, and text messaging, or through social media. When we say recruiting, yung mga coach, they are the process of college representative of student athletes. Kasi nag-identify sila, interviewing, and offering the student athlete na meron silang chance na makapaglaro sa kolehiyo. Kasi most of us, sa college, hindi talaga mawala yung mga sports ng isang students. Kasi nakakatulong ito sa mga students. Kasi, kung meron kang talent sa sports, meron ka talagang tinatawag na scholar or meron kang discount if kung papasok ka sa kanilang mga sports. And also, yung college coach, sila din yung pumipili sa mga players na kung ano yung fit sa kanilang program or mga specific needs nila bilang isang athlete. And also, yung mga recruiting, sila din yung nag-email sa kanilang mga athletes. Sila yung nagre-remind ng mga reminders or mga informations na kailangan masabihan nila yung mga athletes nila. What coaches are looking for? Ano yung inahanap ng isang coaches? Academic requirements, level of competition, roster positions available, and more variables are considered when college coaches are recruiting prospective students, athletes. Coaches might put more emphasis on certain areas, but these are some of the most important categories considered in the recruiting process. Athletic ability. Winning games and having success is how college coach secure their jobs. So coaches will be looking for the best athletes available to them. When we say athletic ability, if you are win during the competition and games, masaya sa feeling ng isang coach na manalo ang kanyang athletes. At sa tulong ng isang coach, hanap talaga ang coach mo na makapaglaro ka sa iba't ibang competition para maabot mo yung goals mo. When we say academics, sa mga coach is naghahanap talaga sila ng mga athletes na mataas yung mga grades nila. Kasi yung mga athletes, dapat kung maganda sila sa paglalaro sa sports, dapat maganda din yung academic performance nila. Kasi mas maganda kasi na maganda ka na maglaro, mataas pa yung grades mo. Kasi dyan yung nabibase ang mga coach kung maganda yung academic performance mo. And also, yung coach is gusto niya yung maglaro ka na maglaro hanggang matuto ka. Kasi yung coach is hindi biro yan. Kasi ang coach is nagtuturo yan sila para mas ma-improve at mas madagdagan yung talent mo or skills mo. When we say character, ang gusto ng isang coach, dapat maganda yung character mo. Like, honest ka, loyal ka, at maging totoo ka sa sarili mo. Kasi, if you have a good manners and good attitudes, mas maganda yung connection mo sa mga coach mo and also sa mga kapwa mo din athletes. When we say location, if the program is malaki yung budgets, ay makarecruit sila all over the country or international. While the smaller schools, nagre-recruit lang sila sa mga specific regions na mga athletes. As a future educator, at yung major natin is physical education. And yung coach is may experience din natin yan soon if maging teacher tayo. Kasi yung coach is dapat pinag-aralan yan. Kasi if you are the teacher someday, maranasan mo talaga na i-lead mo yung mga students mo, turuan mo sila about the dance, singing, or other sports. So, dapat ngayon, pag-aralan talaga natin kung ano ba yung pagiging coach. Kasi, someday, maging teacher man talaga tayo. So, dapat aware tayo kung ano yung coach na tinatawag. Kasi malaking tulong ito sa ating mga future educator na dapat maging handa tayo at matuto at intindihin kung ano ba talaga yung pagiging coach.
So for the continuation, there are 5 stages of recruiting. So the recruiting process can be compared to a funnel. So, college coaches begin by contacting a large number of prospective athletes that they believe would add value to their program. This number would be in the hundreds or even the thousands or larger programs and must be narrowed down until they have filled their available roster spots. Coaches use evaluations, highlight videos, and contact with recruits to help narrow this list. So here are the 5 stages of recruiting coaches go through to fill their rosters. Knowing these steps will help you understand where you are in the recruiting process and what needs to happen next. First is to create a list of prospective athletes. So this group of recruits will meet some of the basic criteria like position, graduation year, academics, location, height, weight, and more. So to collect so much information for the initial list, coaches will rely on various resources including the recruiting media sites, the third-party recruiting services, recommendations from coaches, communications from recruits and camps and showcases. So what this means for you is, as a recruit, you need to look at the college recruiting process like a funnel too. Start out with a list of programs that would be a good athletic, academic, financial, and social fit for you, and then pare that list down based on your preferences and the interest of college coaches. So the second stage of recruiting is to send out information gathering materials. So recruiting letters, questionnaires, information pamphlets, and camp invites are sent to athletes in that initial group mentioned previously. These materials help coaches understand which athletes are mutually interested in their program. So if you receive any of these materials from a school you are interested in, respond with a personal message to thank the coach and let them know you are interested in their program. So at this point, schools that are genuinely interested in you will respond in kind to your thank you message. Even if a coach doesn't respond, remember that hundreds of thousands of responses can be difficult to filter through. So give them the benefit of the doubt if you continue to receive letters, questionnaires, and camp invites. So next is conduct player evaluations. At this stage of recruiting process, coaches begin to rank their recruits in a list of top prospects. To do so effectively, college coaches will perform in-depth evaluations of recruits' athletic abilities, academic standing, and character traits. So at this stage in the college recruiting process, coaches really need to get to know recruits in order to create a rank list of top prospects. This often means they will get in touch with athletes and start calling their high school and club coaches for an evaluation or recommendations. They may also travel to large tournaments or showcases where many of their recruits will be competing, or they will send athletes personalized invites to their own camps. Official and unofficial visits can also happen at this time, as coaches aim to create a solid list of top recruits. So be proactive in this stage. Contact coaches with evaluation materials. Send coaches your updated athletic stats, academic progress, and highlight videos of your recent game footage. Ask your high school or club coaches to reach out to college coaches and give recommendations. Let them coaches know that you plan to make an official or unofficial visit and arrange a date that works for everyone involved. The next stage is to make verbal offers. With lists narrowed down to 20 to 25 athletes, coaches will begin offering scholarships to their top-ranked prospects. Coaches aren't guaranteed to receive commitments from everyone on the top of their list, so they will work their way down the list until they have filled their available roster spots. The final recruiting class can range from 2 to 30 athletes depending on the spot and program size. So when can college coaches make you an offer? That depends on the type of offer. So verbal offers are non-binding or handshake agreements between a recruit and a college coach. These can happen at any time and age. However, one of the biggest problems with early offers is that both the recruit and the coach can back out of them at any time. So for example, if an athlete was given a verbal scholarship offer their freshman year or high school, that offer can still be rescinded by the athlete's senior year of high school. This leaves the recruit in a tough spot if they haven't been communicating with any other schools. Offers usually become official when the athlete signs their national letter of intent, which typically occurs their senior year of high school. After all offers are made and accepted, a recruiting class can range from 2 to 30 athletes depending on the spot and division level. So at this stage in the recruiting process, athletes will have in-depth conversations with coaches about offers, scholarships, and financial aid options. Make sure to discuss your college options and preferences with your family to ensure you are prepared to commit when the time comes. So the last stage of recruiting is to sign athletes and complete academic eligibility. So the last stage of recruiting process is the recruit signing their letter of intent and meeting eligibility requirements by taking the necessary courses and receiving the required GPA to compete in college athletics. Every year, there are athletes who sign their letter of intent but finish their senior year of high school ineligible to compete at the collegiate level. So this usually means that the athlete scholarship is no longer available and they will need to compete at a junior college for a year or two to gain academic eligibility. So the coach will have to return to their prospect list and find an athlete to replace the ineligible recruit. Coaches will look for an athlete placed the same position, is interested in their program, and academically eligible. So what this means for you is, while it's easy to get caught up in the rush of athletic recruiting and signing with a school, you still need to make sure that you stay academically eligible. So if you're concerned at all that you may not be able to meet the requirements, meet with your guidance counselor to go over what grades you need to meet in your core courses and strategize a way to get there.